out to the 25. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP. 373 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Anderson loses the football, and the Panthers have recovered.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we've got the right numbers on players that we're calling, right? The right guys in the game. Think about the guys on the field. Their focus has to really increase as well because
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
The try here for the extra point. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15... the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
They start the drive with Anderson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
The growth of Demaryius Thomas since college has led him to be a consistent Pro Bowl receiver in the NFL. In college, ran a lot of the deep routes, almost all the time, almost exclusively. The NFL has added in everything else. Big-bodied guy, excellent production, but still his stock in trade, getting downfield and catching the long ball.
Second down following the run. They run it again with Anderson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Now a play fake here on first down. He goes underneath for Anderson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a second down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, He wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Here's Simeon. Now Simeon stripped. He lost the football. So 1 quarter in the books in this Super Bowl 50 rematch. 9-0 our score. Charles and I back to Denver after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They give it to Anderson. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Throwing on 3rd down, Simeon. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. And to give this time to the tailback. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
They'll go option to the short side. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. They'll run the option right here on 1st down. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They go play action here on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And he rifles one incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
He'll look to throw. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination, but the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Point after here coming up. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Denver Broncos, they missed out on the playoffs for the 2nd straight year. Their offense coming back onto the field here, and that's coming off that Super Bowl 50 win. I don't know that we expected them to go back-to-back-to-back or anything like that, but I certainly don't think we saw them missing the playoffs. And he coughed it up! And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. He's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
you never had it? The stuff she used to preserve.
It smelled terrible. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal.
Now Simeon stripped. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back. That is a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. To throw on second is Simeon. Screen play, Anderson. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. On the handoff, this is Booker. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And some room to maneuver.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll get them inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, watching that body.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. A great play there. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1. We want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable that they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a gain of 5. penalty. Anderson. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. And just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Let's go.
Again, Anderson. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here's Simeon looking deep for Demarius. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Holding offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Look, Carolina had a number of issues last year, and that's why they slumped to 6-10 after a Super Bowl appearance. But pass rush wasn't a problem for them. They still got to the quarterback.
47 total sacks. That was just one behind Arizona, who led the league.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue for them, young corners that gave up a lot of big plays.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field.
Let's go. 3-19.
A handoff as they run the counter play. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
No. Check. Patriot.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that blitz coming, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually...
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers.
And he loses the football a second time. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more. And
he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And this is it. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this is taken at the 23. Oh, he sheds himself free. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Carolina getting set to take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts, and in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
They'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Yeah, they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurting this month. No, okay.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
No, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him and keep him there?
And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Panthers. There he goes left side, and that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. They're going to look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Cody Latimer now on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This is fielded at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
2nd and 10, Simeon again. And then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far, nothing going right offensively. But he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. Simeon finding Thomas there to give the Broncos a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Back to the air, Simeon on 2nd down. Sanders has it over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
Simeon looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now Simeon. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now Simeon out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a gain of 5, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. To the air again, Simeon. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Desperation time for Simeon on 4th. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers will get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Oh, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make...